work. I'm exhausted. Just want to fucking sleep. I'm exhausted. I've got to do my boo in a minute and go and bullshit. Right now, I'm fucking exhausted. I'm so exhausted. It's been such a long day. And I'm going to go over there and I'm going to do my workout. Just getting some extra shouting in. Thank you for watching. I'm having a spicy meal. Very spicy chicken. Gorgeous. Very nice. Absolutely my favourite meal. Anyway, with the soup, I mean, this is really hot. You know, fix the happy it's all mine. But let's get back to what I'm saying. Ready for pure action now. Let's go. Shrimp. You're living in the cosmos. Stars and galaxies float around above. Meanwhile, down here on Earth, people act a certain way. People behave as though under the clouds it was buildings that grew for them. No, the sun cut through those clouds and the rain washed down from those clouds. And plants grew. Now the people became more and more creative. And they started to design things that don't exist. They created a comfortable world for themselves. And what happened was, certain people got deluded and thought that their creations had value, oftentimes beyond human life. They fight for the idea of fear. They fight with fear and belief in their delusions. Delusions which are only perceptions. What is knowledge? Is the question. All knowledge is ultimately human knowledge. All knowledge to that particular human, per se, even in his own delusion. Or rather, thought is a phenomenon. The man and his visions. Well, so the man or the woman, the human and his visions. So, this is the thing. This is their problem. When one walks into walls that aren't there, we should at least maybe try to look for windows. Really, at least even try to look at these walls as windows. Always reminding us that there must be something on the other side. If there is a door, that infers that there must be a wall. That actually infers that there must be, or suggests that there must be a few walls. a barricade of sorts, a separation between this world and that world. This dare I say, existence and that. This place, this ability and that ability. When there's a door, even a window, even an idea that suggests in your mind to you that you are now motivated to look for answers, you start from a platform. Even many of the lost people out there in their minds that don't know what they're looking for, you know. Some of these people don't know where they are. Even those ones are still standing on a platform, a starting point, a springboard. This is the road. It must go somewhere. It must lead to somewhere and must be leading from somewhere. This refers to and suggests that there are locations. And every destination, wherever you are, suggests that this destination is not another place from which, whether there is no way to get to those other places or whether there are ways to get there, either way, there is that journey, possible or impossible, that which is impossibility being possible, being true. We have to understand that which does not exist is only a true phenomenon, and the true phenomena and fact is that that exists purely as a non-existent thing, like this meal when I've devoured it. But anyway, thanks for listening. Anyway, the human is distracted, like an animal, by what his five senses tell him. It's about his surroundings, or rather he tells himself about them when he makes up all kinds of meanings in his head, when he is taken around, per se. We could look at it like this: the human being's five senses drive him around, and the sense, the mind, should be the driver of the body. But the human being's five senses drive him around like an automatic car, like an automatic AI-driven car. The human never asks questions to the driver. He becomes the passenger. He worships it almost. You know, the car, the body, this automatic machine that drives him around with its five senses. And it knows the road. The wheels roll on it. They don't run well on water. Or the sky, you know, and it does need fuel, you see. But the thing is that the human beings, yeah, they don't always take good care of it. And then the lousy car becomes the lousy driver's tomb. at the end of the day. Now. What was I saying? People look all around. 5 senses control the direction of their awareness. The limited 5 senses remote control the person. First in the mind and then in the body. It goes back to the body. Body, mind, body, mind. And the thoughts race around and the questions come about. The 5 senses. Control the person's limited awareness. We are all limited in our awareness. Now, we look in many directions. When I say look, I mean we are guided, distracted by the 5 senses, each controlling us, and guiding us per se, misguiding us into a way of direction, listening, where we don't truly. We manufacture what we believe the world is in our minds. We believe it to be so, and we create ourselves in a way a dangerous environmental thing, for us. We create places in our mind and situations in our mind. We create answers and we create questions. And just as soon as we come up with a solution to whatever that's supposed to mean, we are already creating more problems. Now, what is the question and what is the answer? And which one brings which? How and when can we differentiate which one is which? The master of all questions and the master of all answers. Is it not the question for the answer and the answer for the question? What is different and the same? Before and after. There is no king in yin and yang, the two sides. They are one. There's balance. And in life, in this world, which we walk between, in the life in this world, oftentimes people don't look for, even in their delusion, they do not look with their 5 senses. They're not guided to see 2 sides. Rather, they're looking in different directions. And when they look in those directions, they see just one angle. Let's go back to the basics. Only from 1 comes 2. Only from 0 comes 1. And the entirety of the many, the whole or the entirety of the many, all, is 1. It's the entirety. So there is only 1. When there is connection, that which is not connected is none also. So there is only 1 and none. But none is really nothing. So we only have 1. One is all, big and small. Windows, doors, and 4 strong walls. When you play games, you kick the ball. And don't forget to go to school. Now, one is all, but one cannot tell the whole story, because one is never ending and infinite. The Tao cannot tell you a story, yin and yang, forever term. Why can they not tell you the whole story? Because a story is what man makes. Man and women make story. We start at the beginning. We think we know the middle. But we get confused. We go back and forward and stop and go. And then we believe there's an end. The story of a human's life goes on, and at the end of his life it's a new chapter in some kind of recreation. What is left of the human being, you know. So what happens to the human being's body and ashes or whatever after it dies? We don't know. It could be a spirit that goes on to another world, you know, a reincarnation. But one thing's for certain, all that is here, and always was here. The question is, could something really become nothing? Could things rot away? Yeah. Even if the whole earth was disintegrated in the universe, and all the planets and stars, wouldn't they just become some form of energy? Things get broken down. And there are things in the universe that not only are they too small for us to even comprehend, too small or too big, but also there are things that may be beyond our comprehension because our 5 senses limit us.
I feel better now. Fucking long day. I was falling asleep on that bed a moment ago, but now I'm better.
We have this powerful thing called an imagination, ideas and questions. However, again, it's always based on what we know, even no matter how abstract we try to be. You see. What we try to know is only what human beings try to learn. Learning itself, and ideas and thought could just be a human phenomenon, what would we call experience, along with life and all of that. Now, there are things in this world which we know or perceive to know that exist, or we believe them to exist, even when we don't know. And that also gives us ideas for what could also be. There could be more things that exist, right? It's possible that there are things we have not experienced. Most people would see sense in that and say, absolutely, that we'd be a fool not to believe that. We've all seen things and learned things. that we didn't know were true or possible before. And so it makes logical sense that there must be other things, or it's possible that there are possibilities out there, including that thing called nothing. There's science and there's people talking about this, like, is there a thing called nothing? Avoid the vacuum of space, let alone, so not just air, but the vacuum of an absence of anything. However, we don't have enough technology to study further on what would there be. What might there be? And not only that, but just if we were or weren't able to find the smallest, whatever it is, kind of energy in the universe, the question would still be there in the mind. Is there anything more? Curiosity. Couldn't there be? Why couldn't there be? The curious Homo sapien, human, I mean, the creature on the earth. This is the thing. Possibility seems to be always around the corner. People believe in possibility. So much so that even the most negative people with small imaginations also sometimes live in fear of the unknown. People make things from the unknown, from habits, and things come about, ideas, and they shape this world and they create certain things based on partial ideas, part ideas, and the ideas of others, parts of those, and before long they have more than they ever could imagine. In the physical world, we make so much stuff, and we're living in a fake world that doesn't really exist. The nature and the truth of the power of the universe and the life in your body, and the fact that we really are here under the stars, is a wonderful thing. The sun is amazing, and I wish peace on all of you.